Hey there, welcome back to Root and Reach. I'm so glad you're here. Today's episode is going to feel like one of those chats we all need, the kind where we're sitting in a cozy coffee shop, maybe a little tired, maybe a little or a lot overwhelmed, and someone just gets what we're going through. So here's what we're going to dive into today. Why you sometimes lose it even when you don't want to. What's actually happening in your brain and your teens when things escalate, the science of co-regulation and how your energy affects your kids, and most importantly, 5 practical tools you can use in the heat of the moment to calm yourself down, get back online, and model emotional regulation for your teen. We're talking brain science, real life parenting moments, including one that totally broke my heart, and the simple shifts that can make a huge difference when it feels like your household is one eye roll away from full-blown chaos. So let's get into it. Let me start with a question. Have you ever totally lost it on your kid? You know, that moment where you go from calm to yelling in like 0.03 seconds. And then afterwards, you're like, who was that person? Yeah, me too. And let me tell you, I have been there, not just once, but one moment stands out like a blinking neon sign. It was the only time in my entire parenting life that I ever spanked my child. And I'm not proud of it. It's hard to even say out loud, but I believe in telling the truth here because I know I'm not the only one who's gotten pushed to their absolute limit. My daughter was 10. I was overwhelmed, exhausted, juggling way too much, and honestly just emotionally fried. And something she did, I don't even remember what it was now, pushed me past my threshold, and I snapped. I raised my voice. I was rough. I reacted in a way I swore I would never do. It was like I stepped outside of myself and I watched this version of me I didn't even recognize. And the next morning, she looked at me with those big blue eyes and said, "What kind of a role model do you think you are?" Oh, my God, that one stopped me in my tracks. It was heart-wrenching. And she was right. It wasn't said to be cruel. She was just stating what she saw. And I saw it too. That moment broke my heart open in the best way because it reminded me that if I wanted her to learn how to regulate her emotions, I've got to model it, especially when it's hard. Even when it's hard. So when I tell you this stuff matters, believe me, I'm not saying it like from the mountaintop, like I've got it all figured out. I'm saying it here from the floor where I've sat crying after a parenting moment I wish I could take back. But here's the thing. I want you to know flipping your lid doesn't make you a bad parent. It just means your brain is doing exactly what it was wired to do under stress. So let me explain. Right now, wherever you are, if it's safe to do so, look at your hand. This is a visual I love to use with parents and teens, and it comes from Dr. Dan Siegel, who's basically this like cool uncle of neuroscience for families. Okay, so your hand is your brain, your wrist and palm. This is your brain stem, and this is like your survival center, right? The part that handles breathing and heart rate and all that automatic stuff that keeps you alive. So if you tuck your thumb into your palm, this is what is considered your amygdala. This part is your emotional center, your fear responder. It's scanning for danger 24/7. And when it senses a threat, it lights up like a fire alarm. And if you wrap your fingers over your thumb, that top part, your fingers, this is your prefrontal cortex. This is the rational part of your brain. It helps you think logically, control your impulses, and make good decisions. It's also where empathy lives. And here's the thing though, when your amygdala senses a threat, maybe your teen rolls their eyes again, or they lie to your face, or you're just so exhausted and everything feels like too much, your amygdala goes, uh-oh, danger, and it sends a signal to your prefrontal cortex to get out of the way. Literally, you flip your lid, right? Showing it like that. So when that happens, your rational brain goes offline and your survival brain takes over. That's why you yell. That's why you say things you don't mean. You're not a bad parent. You're just a parent whose lid was flipped. And guess what? The same thing happens in your teen's brain, except their prefrontal cortex isn't even fully developed yet. It's like totally under construction. Like it's maybe peeping over the amygdala, if that. And now they're saying that like you have to be in your 20s because they're doing a lot of research and that's not fully developed until they're in their 20s. So they are processing life out of their amygdala and they flip their lid so fast you don't even know if it's there. And here's the wild part. Human beings are wired to co-regulate. That means our nervous system syncs up with the people around us. So if your kid flips their lid and comes at you hot, your body prepares to fight it too. You might feel your heart rate spike, your fist clench, your jaw tighten, you're getting ready for battle. And if there's no tiger in the room, just a moody 15-year-old slamming their door, watch out. But here's where the power is. You can be that thermostat in the room. You don't have to match their heat. You can regulate your own nervous system first. And in doing that, you model emotional regulation for them. So how do you do that in real life when you're in it? Here are a few of my favorite tools to bring your lid back down. First, pause and breathe. Literally say to yourself, I am flipping my lid. I need a minute. And then take 3 slow breaths. You can inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. This signals to your body that you're safe. And that starts to bring your prefrontal cortex back online. Another tip, number 2, name it to tame it. Say what's happening. Tell yourself, I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm scared they're pulling away from me and I don't know how to connect. Naming the feeling gives you power over it. It also makes it easier to talk about later without blame or shame. Number 3, use cold water. This one's straight from neuroscience. So splash cold water on your face or hold a cold drink or open the freezer if you have one that's up high and let that cold air come on you. What it does is it helps reset your vagus nerve. That's part of your parasympathetic nervous system, which cools your body down from fight or flight. The 4th one, lower your volume. Try whispering. I know it sounds weird, but lowering your voice when you feel ragey can instantly change the tone of the moment for both you and your kid. It's unexpected, which helps them pay attention differently, and it can also keep you from escalating. Now, number 5 is self-compassion on repeat. After the storm, speak gently to yourself. I'm learning. I care. I want to do better. That's what we want our teens to learn to do, right? That messing up doesn't mean the end of the world. It means they're human. Same goes for us. So here's your takeaway for today. Flipping your lid doesn't make you a bad parent. It makes you human with a brain that's doing its job. But the more you understand your brain and your kid's brain, the more you can start to respond instead of react. You can become the calm in the storm. You can help your teen feel safe even when they're spinning out. And when you model that kind of regulation, your teen learns that they can do it too. You're not just surviving teen years, you're shaping a future adult who knows how to handle big emotions with grace. So deep breaths. You've got this, and I've got your back. If this episode spoke to you, why don't you share it with another parent who needs to hear they're not alone? And if you're looking for more tools, just head over to my website, radzakconsulting.com, because I've got some free tools and things on there. And we'll do this parenting stuff together in real time. So until next time, keep rooting down, reaching out, and try to keep your lid from flipping. Bye.